What is it like losing $12 million?
Doesn't feel great. It's not at the top of my to-do list, I hope, for you.
Do you like that? How I'm going?
Yeah. That's what you got to do. This is the internet. People want to know what it feels like to lose miserably. I remember the moment we got the phone call where they were like, the thing is, we're about 2 weeks out of cash. And that was after we had given them tens of millions of dollars. And
who was them? Is that mentionable or not? It's okay.
Not
no
to say the name probably
Details.
isn't the right thing to do. Yeah. Even though he deserves it, to be honest. But, just fraud, massive fraud in a company, stealing a bunch of cash.
Is he Armenian?
Asian.
Nice.
We lost $12 million, theoretically. They had taken all that money and just lit it on fire. Like multiple apartments for multiple mistresses, not just one. That wouldn't be sufficient.
Yeah.
Parties, and this was in a period in time where we were investing in some slightly larger businesses. But the worst part is we had this asset that was worth way more than that. So it was like we could lose 12 or we could lose 50. And so then you got to go in and you got to try to turn around this company and you got to try to take it over. And that was pretty miserable work for a while there. But we ended up being able to turn around the company and make money on it. But that was not the feeling first day.
What do you do? What is that feeling like in your body? And what do you do with yourself when you feel overwhelmed?
Tightness of chest, real panic in the stomach, sort of that feeling when you're at the top of the roller coaster and you're about to fall down. Imagine that. It's kind of this like, oh my fuck. And, every sentence just compounds it. That's like the little ticks in the rail car on the way down. And in that moment, my dad has an incredible line that he taught me. I remember I called him on a different night when another company almost ran out of money. And he said, listen, when you're on a construction site and you're walking along and you get a nail through the boot, you don't look at the nail, ask why, what happened, who could have done this to me, why am I the victim? You just pull out the fucking nail, you pour a little alcohol on it, and you stitch that bad boy up. And then you can figure out why it happened and how to not have it happen to you again. But he's like, you're just in the game. This is the game. And the game of business and ownership is, getting kicked in the dick every once in a while. And then you write down a list. I remember in that moment, I was like, all right, how bad is it? First, it's like assess the wound, right? I imagine this is like what a doctor would do, like a field medic or something. They'd be like, okay, we got a bullet wound. What's happening? Are we sure that's what it is? Did it go out? Did it go in? What's the deal? Can I see the landscape? All right, I feel like I kind of understand the landscape. Now, what are my options? What kind of tools I got? Write all those down. I don't like to choose up front. I think that's a rookie mistake. A lot of people go, okay, well, here's what we're going to do. It's like, no. Take a deep breath, to your point. What are all my options? I'm going to write them down. Then you write down all the shit that's wrong, all the shit that you could do to fix it. And then you kind of like look at it more clinically, because a lot of this stuff after you've been playing this game for a long time, it's not really that, it doesn't have to be that emotional. It's really not about you. You might have made a mistake, but it's not about you. It doesn't mean you're a failure or not. So thankfully I've been doing it a while and I feel that way. I think that, the very first time I lost money or I had a business fail, that felt like a me thing.
It's scary. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very scary.